Welcome back to the Wizard Weekly, where we talk about everything in gaming. Xbox fans, the word of the day today is optimism. Just when you thought you were, completely done with the Xbox green brand after all the ups and downs that this company likes to, put on your mental psyche, Microsoft and Xbox, they like to throw you a little bone every now and then to keep you interested in, whatever their next hat trick that they're going to pull out of their billion-dollar hat to, just make you want to see what's going to come out next. Last night was a night of rejoice for both the Wizards and some gamers alike, as 343 Industries, they announced some pretty integral changes that they're making, not only to their development team, but also with all Halo games going forward that any fan of, the Halo franchise should know about. So first of all, with the latter, they're no longer going by 343 Industries. They decided to drop that name and just go straight up Halo Studios, because that's all that, this team even makes as far as games anyway. So 343 is dead and gone, and now the street name is Halo Studios with this, interesting logo here. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just, when it comes to all these big business logos, I'm not a fan of the whole 2D, as minimal as possible. Like, these letters don't even really look like letters, they look more like hieroglyphics, but it gets the job done. I doubt too many people are going to be harping on what this logo looks like in the loading screen. It's just me, I miss the day and age where logos had like a 3D-ness and a glossiness. Like, I'm talking Halo 2, Halo 3 levels of logo. Like, this is my kind of logo. But anyways, I'm getting too far deep in this rabbit hole. So outside of this new permanent name change, they also went in this 6-minute developer insider interview video and claimed how they're working towards building all future Halo games with Unreal Engine 5. Now, if you don't know, Unreal Engine 5 is a 2022 release game engine by Unreal, which is one of the most popular game engines that a lot of games have been using for decades now. And this game engine pushes hardware to its limits. In this same showcase, they give a bunch of concept art that shows just a beautiful landscape of what the next world of Halo is going to look like. What we got looks like a bunch of uncompressed textures, a lot of high resolution models that damn near look lifelike, a lot of reflection, ray tracing looking things going on here. Unreal Engine 5 is undoubtedly a beast of a game engine that a lot of studios are using to push forward the new generation of video games. Like, when we think about the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series level of graphics, this is what people really wanted as far as this current generation, instead of being constricted by a lot of games being backwards compatible with the last generation, like all the Call of Duty games that come out every year. And not only does Unreal Engine 5 look beautiful as a game engine on good hardware, but it also has a lot of really efficient features that game developers like to use, like its nanite feature that is a geometry system that allows you to use a bunch of high resolution textures without any significant performance loss, so that's really cool. Or its lumen features, like how you see in this trailer where it shows all these beautiful bouncing of light on the reflections and whatnot. And other than that, they haven't shared anything else much about this next Halo series, other than that they're calling it Project Foundry, so whatever that wordplay is going to pertain to, we don't know much about right now. But I have no doubt that this next Halo game is going to look beautiful, hopefully not being constrained by the Xbox Series S with its VRAM shortage. But my only thing that I'm concerned about with this next Halo game is the game itself. We've seen a lot of games that look beautiful but don't really have much substance. Now, I'm not saying that this game is not going to have any substance, but I'm just saying that I really enjoyed Halo Infinite's approach to changing up the story a little bit with its open worldness compared to the previous Halo games. Changes like that where on paper you probably wouldn't have thought it would work, but its execution was really good. That's the kind of changes that I'm hoping to see in this truly next gen Halo game. Because I could just go in, grab my needler and just fuck some shit up on this Helldivers 2 looking ass world right here. But what I think Xbox gamers right now in this insane time of uncertainty is a game that pushes what we come to expect from a Halo game. I think we need to push those kind of boundaries as far as storytelling and new multiplayer features, even though likely those new multiplayer features are going to be new ways to microtransaction the game. So there's that. But anyway, Project Foundry and Halo Studios, this looks promising. Hopefully we get more details soon, but just have to wait and see on that, man. Moving on, I wanted to briefly talk about the PlayStation 5 sale that's going on in this next 24 hours that, anyone that's looking to buy a PlayStation 5 should definitely take advantage of. Now, I know shopping on Amazon, this is the most, universally liked thing, especially for video games, when sometimes they'll send you the fucking a different region version of the game that you would think would be getting the United States version. But, I digress. Amazon's October Prime Day sale is going on up until the 8th, and they had a really sweet deal earlier yesterday that they unfortunately took down. But I'm hoping that they're going to be bringing it back up, because there's still a deal on the PlayStation 5, but the one that they had yesterday had it at $70 off. So, as you can see, you could buy it for $426. And that is the PlayStation 5 Slim disc version I'm talking about, while the digital version was at $379. Anyway, between that time when I first saw that and now, as of 5:31 a.m. on the 7th, it's back to $450. They shaved off $50 with the price tag now. Yeah, see here, it's at $449, which is a pretty standard deal. I've seen it at this price at a lot of places, and not even on any discount days. But again, just yesterday it was at $429, which I'm hoping by tomorrow it'll go back to that price tag. But even still, $449 for the PlayStation 5 Slim is a decent price. I was hoping when they announced this new Slim version that they were going to be announcing a slimmer price. When they announced the versions of the PlayStation 3 and 4 Slim, those got price cuts. So it really was a blow to see that the new PlayStation 5 Slim doesn't get one. But at the end of the day, I understand that console manufacturing is expensive, and we're just still in the last year getting out of that chip shortage that they was for like 2 years straight. But still, I was just hoping that disc strap that you can take off like a fucking Lego piece would be giving us a better price, but I guess I was wrong. But yeah, it's not just the PlayStation 5. A lot of games are going to be on sale. I'm sure the Xbox is on sale right now. I'm not quite sure. Not exactly, but you can get it for $449 renewed. But for that price, I might as well just get it new. You can get an Xbox One Special Edition for 500 gigabytes at $177. I'm sorry. And moving on, I wanted to briefly talk about Konami's Silent Hill 2 remake game that recently came out that everyone is enjoying right now, and unfortunately stirred a bit of controversy around when it first launched. Now, Silent Hill 2 was a third-person horror-based, linear story title that's known for its thrilling gameplay and, long-standing series that spans across a bunch of generations of consoles. But I've never played it before because I've never got over that childhood fear of, scary games and being scared while I'm playing a game. I don't like jump scares. I don't like being scared while I'm playing. That's just me. But I'm happy for those that are crazy enough to do some shit like that. But so far, I've seen a sentiment that people really enjoy this game because it is a remake from the original Silent Hill 2 game, which remakes are really hit or miss for a lot of people. Taking an original IP that people have a lot of nostalgia and overall fondness for in its original setting, and then taking that and just remodernizing it, maybe changing up the characters, changing up the story, it's a really thin tightrope for developers to walk on, because you could either have a really successful thing like God of War, or you could have a not so good remake like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2015 game that bombed upon its release. If you guys even remember that shit, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. Anyways, the Silent Hill 2 remake has been adored by new fans of the game and old ones for the most part. But unfortunately, people try to sabotage the Silent Hill 2 Wikipedia page, as you can go in and suggest editor changes on that website, and people that really didn't like the direction that the game was going tried to rewrite the review scores that this game had, saying that sources like IGN and Metacritic gave it like a 0 out of 10, when you can obviously see that that's far from the case here. And apparently this was a problem that spanned for like a day or two, that people were just seeing all these negative reviews and didn't know why it was like that, because people actually liked the game. And as far as the reason that people decided to change these reviews, is because apparently, I don't know too much in these details because I don't really care to know, but they don't like the direction that some of the new characters and, you know, changes that they made to some of their designs, and claiming that the game is woke now. Now listen, I'm not even going to talk about this woke word, because first of all, I hate it in its entirety, but I just think that there's certain words that cause the death of fun in video games, and I think woke is definitely top 5. Like, that's damn near on the level of being a forbidden spell. Like, I don't like that shit at all. So even if somebody thinks that this game is woke or not, which is completely up to them to, you know, perceive that how they want to, I just think that the only way to really get your point across and boycott a game you don't like is to not support it. Not just with games, but with anything in life, as far as like what needs a purchase. The biggest vote that you have as a gamer is your wallet. Obviously the review scores too, because that can tarnish the game as well, but at the end of the day, it's what you decide to pay with your money. And anyone who doesn't like a game or its direction or anything that the developer is doing is to boycott with their dollar. Doing things like changing a Wikipedia page, trying to sabotage his name, isn't going to do anything but just make the gamer themselves look more crazy. Like, if you go to steam.com and refresh the game browser daily, you'll see that hundreds of games are literally dropping every single day. So there's thousands, and I mean thousands of games that you can be putting your time and effort into with enjoying, or, you know, modding or whatever, instead of using your limited time on this space rock to go after a Wikipedia page. So I just thought that was really dumb, but, you know, luckily they locked down the page, got it reversed, and now the Wikipedia page is showing the right reviews. But still, you know, I know this is the last time we're gonna see anything like this at all. But yeah, man, that's the Wizard Weekly, man. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.